Hey, man, what is going on? We back. We black in the building. Damn, I hope y'all niggas hear me. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Oh, yeah, y'all know I made it back. I was just on the phone. Man, I couldn't do it, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Man, Thursday I couldn't do it. I had so much shit going on. Making the sea moss and shit, taking it to the barbershops, trying to do a little something, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to everybody out there. You know I'm gonna hit y'all niggas with it. Did Jesus come back? Y'all been doing all that hooping and hollering. Did he come back while they going oops upside your head? I can tell you one thing the Haitians is doing. Oh, y'all niggas want to fuck with us in the United States of America? Okay. We'll just start kidnapping y'all missionaries and shit. We gonna get on that too. So shout out to everybody out there that is going to church and praying to Cesare Borgia. And while you praying to Cesare, the Haitians are praying to Ogun. They're using Santeria. Oshun, they're using that shit. So, shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to everybody that's making it happen. If you have the court plantation, I fuck with you. Shout out to No Compromise. I gotta get with my brother, man. I just ain't had the time. I gotta get with a couple people on Instagram that I really fuck with and chop it up and have some good conversations. Man, but shout out to everybody out there, man. Like I said, Thursday I just couldn't do it. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Nigga had to go to the court plantation. I'm like, man, I'll see their ass on Sunday. I tried on Friday, but I had so much shit going on. So shout out to everybody out there, man. We gonna get into it though today, man. We got a lot of shit to discuss. Lots and lots and lots and lots of shit to discuss. For real, man. So shout out to everybody out there. Florida, Eric in the building. I read your comment. Hey, I'm actually getting the comments now on my email. And I want to discuss that with Eric and Les. Shout out to Shawnee Philly, blackandnoble.com. I got love for them, man. They sea moss is great. I use AC Moss. Hey, shout out to Philly, man. Shout out to Florida. Tasha, you already know what it is. I was just texting right now. Like, I was making that motherfucking sea moss. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We about to get into it today, though. We about to really get into it. Cut this clown ass shit down. Man. Before we get into the main topic, I like that comment that Erica had left. She said she had a black coach and it was like, oh, when you can't coach, teach or something like that. Because she said she had a black coach. And I kind of wanted to touch on that real quick. Because we got all these white racist coaches and motherfuckers act like they're not racist. But they are. Because a lot of them are envious of a lot of these black athletes that are superstars. And I was listening to this podcast, the All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and they had Darren Williams on there when he was talking about Jerry Sloan. And he was really apologetic. Man, fuck Jerry Sloan. Man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. They treat niggas like shit because they can. And they do not like it when a black athlete has more power than them. They don't like that shit. Fuck George Karl. Fuck all them motherfuckers in the NBA. Them coaches are racist, man. They don't like these niggas. And the coaches that are not racist, if you notice, they don't never have no problems with the players. They don't never have no problems with the players, man. It's always the racist motherfuckers that have the problems with the players, and then they blame everything on the player. No, nigga. Let's just keep it a bean. A lot of these white coaches ain't shit, wasn't shit when they played in the NBA. And then what they want to do is take it out on the nigga athletes because the niggas is making more money. They more flashy, and they can play. And a lot of those white coaches don't like that shit. So I just thought I would address that shit. Fuck them motherfuckers, man. John Gruden, all them motherfuckers, they been racist. I don't know why everybody acting like these motherfuckers, they just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to be racist. No, this is generational racism. This shit has been going on. So I just wanted to address that shit because, you do have some white coaches that ain't on no racist shit that really do want black players to excel and they try to do what they can to work with the black athletes, and that's different, man. You do have those white coaches that's like, they don't play the racist shit, they're comfortable around black people, and they not doing stuff to impede in the progress of a black athlete. You do have white coaches like that, and I fuck with those white coaches. But I'm talking about the white racist motherfucking coaches that pretend like they're not racist, but they looking at a nigga like, fuck this nigga the whole time. Them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just making John Gruden a poster boy. 99% of them white coaches are racist. So I just wanted to put that out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get on Haiti. Motherfuckers treating Haitians like shit. Hey, sometimes, us foundational black Americans, we just got to stand back. I know a sister, she Haitian. She was like, I don't like what they saying about us and all that. I didn't say nothing. I just like, I'm not fighting that battle. Nigga, y'all do that. And the reason why I say y'all do that is because what I don't like is a lot of other racial groups, they watch how ethnicity plays a role. Motherfuckers don't want to claim their ethnicity until they getting treated like a nigga. Other than that, nigga, I'm Nigerian. I'm Haitian. I'm from the Barbados. I'm from St. Lucia. I'm Trinidadian. Like, I'm not no, they play that I'm not a nigga type shit when it's convenient for them. But then when it's not convenient for them, shit, I'm black, man. Stop this black racism. Like, motherfuckers want to double dutch and jump in and out of that racist bullshit. And that's why, when they was fucking with them Haitians, I was just like, well, that's fucked up. But hey, they letting you know. See, this is why niggas need to stop talking this nationality shit, start talking this ethnicity shit. Ethnicity is the color of your skin, not your nationality. Motherfucker, oh, I'm Haitian. Okay. And then you see what Joe Biden them was doing. Oh, you Haitian? Well, stop by say your motherfucking asses the fuck back to Port-au-Prince, nigga. And the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I think a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that shit because we don't read. We don't want to read. We don't want to study. This social divide, man, and the racial divide, it's look, when you talk about the jab, just for a point in this little segment, the jab. Okay, you got people that's opposing the jab. You got people that's telling you to get the jab. Whatever, man. Do what you want to do. But stop making motherfuckers feel bad that they don't want to do what you want them to do. And if you believe in that shit, the majority of motherfuckers that's doing the shit is motherfuckers that's praying to Cesare. These are the motherfuckers you be like, hey, man, okay, you telling me to go buy this one book, right? This one book. Okay, so what color is God? God has no color. Okay, then why is it Cesare on every black church's wall? Okay, then why are we not talking about Ogun? Why are we not talking about Dessalines? Why are we not talking about our ancestors and how great they were? Why are we talking about these people's ancestors? Because when you look at that perm press, blue-eyed, just for me kit perm that white motherfucker was wearing, looking like Kurt Rambis's little big brother, why is it's okay for us to worship that motherfucker and be on the court with that motherfucker? But when you start talking about Ogun, when you start talking about Orisha, when you start talking about Yoruba, when you start talking about Ifa, and you start talking about, voodoo, Kamdouble, you start talking about, worshiping the ancestors and Santeria, and then motherfucker look at you like you crazy. And you be like, hey, bro, but you want me to go buy this one book, but I can't study multiple religions, right? And I can't pick from multiple religions. Nah, man, because this book going to get you to heaven. Okay, tell me what heaven is like. Because somebody, so whoever wrote heaven, whoever told you what heaven was like, they went to heaven, lived there, and came back and was able to tell you about it, right? And then you start questioning them and they get mad. Oh, see, man, you going to go to hell, man. Oh, man, get the fuck out of here. Niggas don't want to read shit. Niggas ain't even read the Bible, but niggas want to tell you about the Bible. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior? Man, get the fuck out of here. When you tell a nigga, hey, man, so why if at Easter we celebrate Jesus died on the cross for his sins, then in the same breath, we're hiding Easter eggs? What the fuck does that got to die? They don't even mention Easter eggs in the Bible, but we celebrate that shit. Where in the Bible does it talk about, it talks about Santa Claus, but we celebrate that shit though? Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas done lost y'all motherfucking mind. For real. So you don't get to argue with, hey, what's going on, Erica? Don't get to argue with these motherfuckers, man. What you need to do is this. Just look at them. And when they try tripping on you about the jab, just be like, look, man, while you up here tripping with me about the jab, you got NSA workers like Michael Hadel or whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name is, killing motherfuckers like he killed his neighbor, his black neighbor who was a motherfucking, he was a National Guard or whatever. He killed that motherfucker because they was having a dispute. See, that's why, what brings me to my other point. I don't fuck with my neighbors, and they don't fuck with me. All those things are actually pagan rituals to depict what they believe happened, and you're not supposed to do actually. Exactly. Let me tell you something. I'll just tell you this. Why is it We will argue and fight with each other about religion. But you got the dominant society just killing us constantly. That's why niggas need to put that nationality shit aside. I get irritated when you watch an interview and it's a sister or brother. Well, I'm Nigerian, and it's like, okay, well, but you black. And I'm tired of motherfuckers with this nationality bullshit, but you here in the United States of America Incorporated. Nigga, you're here. You're not over there. That's the thing that I don't like. And I don't like the fact, and I have a problem with other racial groups and nationalities coming here, shitting on foundational black Americans or native blacks, as Dr. Claude Anderson calls us, and acting like we didn't build this country for free. And then you come over here with this racial pride shit, but then who do you act like when you get on that job? Like white folk. So stop acting like you have so much pride. You ain't got no racial pride. Let me tell you what racial pride is. Racial pride is the motherfucker that's like, you know what? I'm going to just do my own thing because I don't believe in what this shit got going on, and I'm just going to do my own thing. That's racial pride. Not becoming acclimated to somebody else's system and taking on somebody else's belief system. Like I said, man, there was this brother. He was a National Guard. He lived next door to a suspected white supremacist, and he was like an executive in the NSA, and the dude killed that black brother because they was getting into it. So then when he killed him, guess what his defense was? I was afraid for my life. Nigga, they got you on the ring door camera just straight dumping on the nigga. But this is the thing that I tell you. I don't fuck with my neighbors. I don't say hello. I don't say goodbye. For the most part, we say hello. That's it. I ain't going to your house. I don't want you in my house. I had a couple of neighbors, like they like the neighborhood watch. The elderly white people. The elderly white people, they gonna tell you everything. Like, oh, this motherfucker over here be bullshit. That motherfucker over there squatting. This motherfucker over here. You gotta have those type of neighbors. You let them do their thing. But I had some older black neighbors, you know what I'm saying? And I would always talk to them, man. And those were the only people that I would talk to. And we would say the same thing. Like, I don't want to be going to people's houses. And I don't want them coming in my house. You know what I mean? And you just get to that point, man, and I feel like black folks, stop chopping it up with your neighbors. Hi and goodbye. I remember when I had apartments, I really didn't talk to my neighbors. At all. At all. It was hello and goodbye. I remember one time, man, check this shit out. Shawnee Tasha, y'all gonna laugh. I don't even know if I told you this, Tasha. I probably did. I remember one time, I used to always this is a long time ago. This is years ago. I used to always have get-togethers in my apartment. This is a long time ago. You have get-togethers, you have your girls. I would make sure, this is just me. I didn't like to have a whole lot of niggas at my apartment like that. If we did, we gotta have some women over there too. I can't have a lot of masculinity like that testosterone. You want too much of that around you, man. Cause you start, the walls start coming in on you for some sort of reason. So, you want to have the balance and have you some estrogen, have you some women. So, you throw a little gathering, put some little, you put some little neo soul music on, have some women, have some niggas, chill, have some drinks. And I remember a nigga that lived catty-corner to me. I used to always be out on the balcony, on my little porch or whatever, listening to music, drinking a beer. I see a old video. Wait, why you delete it? Tell me what the old video is, right? So I'm chilling. This nigga's like, man, y'all always be having, you be having get-togethers all the time, man. This is when I had a roommate. This is a long time ago. My own boy Chris. That nigga, and we worked like opposite shifts, so we hardly ever saw each other. And then we just had girls over and shit. We would make sure we would have more girls than dudes, man, because niggas get to fighting and tripping and acting a fool. So the neighbor was like, man, y'all always be having to get together. Oh, seen one of your old videos. The girl was so drunk dancing and fell over. Hey, that was at my mama's house. R.I.P. to my mama. That was at my mama's house. That was my little sister's birthday. My older sister there. My whole family was there. Everybody was there except my older brother. He was the only one that wasn't there. Everybody was there. That was at my mom's house on the west side of Vegas. Who are you that live in Vegas? They know where the west side is. My mom stayed on the west side, and that was like the meeting ground. And we would always have like Handy Thursdays, but it was my little sister's birthday party. So, we had a little birthday party or whatever, right? So they would always come over there and act a fool. And that's when I used to always I had another phone. I used to always have my phone out recording videos and shit. And I just happened to record it, and I sent it to like 2 people. I sent it to like 5 people on Twitter that I knew, and it just blew up. And I always keep that video because niggas be trying to front on me like I can't get views or some shit. Now I know how to get views. I just don't choose to do that shit no more. I might start doing little funny videos like that every now and then. Yep. That was 011, 012. That was like 2011, 2012. Yeah, that was 2012. Sure was. That was 2012. Yup, that was a minute ago. That was my little sister's birthday party. And I forgot what they was playing. Pull up to the scene with my edges missing or some shit. That was my little sister that was in that video. That was like, what happened? And then my other little sister was like, pull up to the scene with my edges missing. That was my other little sister. So yeah, they, that shit funny though, huh, Erica? That shit hilarious. And I wasn't even trying to be funny. And that was, of course, that was me laughing like a motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, man, that was good times, man. And I'm not to get off subject, but I'm going to tell you this, too. I thought about, in 2011, 2012, recording my family and, like, just putting it on, not on Instagram, but on YouTube. Just record my family and doing it. I was real close to doing it. My little sister and them was like, we should do it. I just didn't want to do it. Because, my family's funny. You know what I'm saying? They all funny in their own right. But yeah, man, that was back in the day. They used to have any Thursdays on this motherfucking crazy shit. But yeah, man, this nigga, back to what I was saying, this nigga was like, yeah, man, y'all be having get-togethers and all this other shit, right? So I'm like, listening to him as I'm drinking, and he's like, man, next time you ever, hey, man, let me come through. I'm like, nah, man. Then the nigga had a nerve like, hey, man, you got an extra beer? Nah, man, I just went in the house and closed the door. Like, and I don't fuck with, I don't fuck with neighbors, man. Neighbors are nosy. They want to be all in your business. Fuck all that. And that's why I be trying to tell niggas all the time, don't fraternize with your neighbors, don't talk to your neighbors, don't say shit. Hello and goodbye. They don't need to know nothing. I remember my neighbors, these black niggas, they used to, chill outside all the time. And that's the thing, when you see people chilling outside all the time, to me, I just look like, okay, either you retired or you just lazy, you not a go-getter. That's your thing. I'm busy. I'm working 2 or 3 jobs. I ain't got time. One time a nigga was like, man, you always leaving and going somewhere. So I'm like, okay, now I know these niggas is watching. Man, you having, and I used to have my little sisters and them come over all the time, or my family would come over all the time. Sometimes I have company come over, like girls, but it wouldn't be like that. And them niggas would always be like watching the crib. And I'm like, man, all the time, hey man, what's up, man? Hey man, hey man, you smoke? Or, just trying to get, because a lot of niggas just want to know what you got going on. A lot of people, period, just want to know what you got going on. It's your duty to just fall back, man. Don't go in people's house and don't let them motherfuckers go in your house. Don't even speak to them at the time. They speak, they don't. Like I said, in my neighborhood, they gentrifying it, so it's a lot of white people over here now. And the niggas that's over here, I fuck with them and I say what's up to them and shit like that, but I don't go out of my way to have these in-depth, long conversations with motherfuckers because I don't have time for that shit, man. It's just like at the corporate plantation. Sometimes when you get around certain people, you just got to know how to operate. And that brings me to that thing, because this brother, he was like the next door neighbor to this suspected white supremacist who worked for the NSA. Agreed. I get friendly, then get robbed. That's my life. Exactly. That's why I don't be friendly at all. That's why I'm not a friendly person. I'm not nice like that. I won't speak to you at all. You don't speak, I don't speak. I just lucky because one of my neighbors, he's like an older white dude. So, he don't like to be bothered either. That nigga come out there and smoke his squares, check his mail, and goes in the fucking house. He don't want to be bothered at all. Like, that nigga don't never want to be bothered. And, like, we have a great relationship. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you want it. You don't want motherfuckers like, oh, I made you something here. And want to come in your house and sit down. And, man, fuck all that, man. Hey, 066, what's up, my nigga? You know I fuck with you. This brings me to the point. Because you're like, man, where's Warren going with this? This young brother was getting into it with his neighbor. And he's getting into it about dogs. They was getting into it about, this brother, I think was 24. His name was Javon Prather. And he was getting into it with his neighbors. And they're arguing back and forth. Now, this is suspected white supremacist. So when you get into it with them, you better understand what you're dealing with. And the brother, this white supremacist ended up shooting him, pretending like he was on some self-defense shit. And this is exactly why when you start getting into it with your neighbors, you better start watching. Because they gonna do something, and they gonna try to trip you up to act a fool so they can justify killing you or shooting you or doing some sucker shit. That's why I always tell people, don't socialize with your neighbors if you don't have to. Stay away from them. I stay away. I keep in the house. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. No dissing nobody. But, Eric, I'll tell you this. 066, I'll tell you this. Look, like I told you, Mom, now, you know, my mom had this house on the west side, right? Well, it was a nigga across the street. This is my little sister and brother's friend. And he lived across the street from my mom. And they used to always be kicking the ball in his yard. So he gave, like, instead of giving them the soccer ball back, he gave them a bowling ball. Like, basically kick rocks, motherfucker. And then he told my mom, you know, when my kids were young, I took them to the park. And my mom couldn't say nothing. She just like, no, this motherfucker didn't. I had to tell my mom, yeah, they need to go to the park. Don't have your kids running around, because that's how shit get tore up. And in this neighborhood, no diss, but a lot of these motherfucking kids, I don't see it. You know, at first, when I first moved over here a long time ago, you know, little white kids riding around their bicycles and shit. And I'm like, man, these white kids must ain't got shit going on. Because a lot of white kids out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, they got them in swimming. They got them, you know, playing soccer, some shit. And when you see a lot of kids just in the neighborhood, it's not that the crime goes up. It's just kids are destructible. They want to throw rocks and ride their bikes and run into people's cars. And motherfuckers got to pay for shit. And it's like, those parents, you need to do something with your kids, man. Because in this day and age, it's too much shit, too many activities that you can get your kids involved in. And I feel like the way these neighborhoods are set up, they build the houses so much on top of each other, you want your privacy. And I feel like this black brother felt like that white supremacist wasn't going to do nothing to him. And he ended up shooting and killing him. And I got the audio feed, and I just want y'all to hear this shit. Y'all tell me exactly what y'all think, man. I'm about to play it right now. And that's why I don't fuck with neighbors, especially them white motherfuckers. If you're a white neighbor, I'm going to watch you. Like I said, my white neighbor, that motherfucker come out smoking squares and go in his fucking house. He don't smile with nobody. And that's the type of white neighbors I like. I don't want no one motherfucker walking around, wanting to, you know, talk to you, shake your hand, smile with you, and then y'all get into a disagreement, and now motherfucker watching you and using his motherfucking influence. And that was an NSA motherfucker, so you know he probably has surveillance and all this other shit. What you think the NSA is? But here, I'm about to play this audio, man. We about to get into it. Let's see what they saying.
The case of a Springfield man accused of killing his neighbor is now closed. The former NASA employee was hoping to convince the courtroom he shot a Maryland National Guardsman in self-defense, but they decided otherwise.
Sierra Fox is live in Fairfax.
Self-defense, just like the police. Oh, I was in fear for my life. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
County, Virginia tonight with the verdict. And Sierra, what are you finding out?
Good evening. Jury deliberations started around 10 o'clock this morning here behind me at the Fairfax County Courthouse in a sealed courtroom and ended around 4:30 this evening. The 12 jurors found Michael Hetley guilty of first-degree murder and use of a firearm in commission of a felony. Today, I was able to get my hands on new video evidence that shows the ongoing brewing tensions between these two neighbors that lasted for years.
See? Years. That's why that motherfucking white motherfucker's like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill this nigga. Fuck it. See, he should have just been like, man, if you wasn't ready to go blow to blow with that motherfucker, you better leave that motherfucker alone. And I would have been watching that nigga the whole time.
We want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch.
You're such a bitch.
That was 6 months before the murder. 24-year-old Javon Prather is seen driving by 54-year-old Michael Hetley's home, cursing at him. Later, police arrive and Prather shouts at officers from his front door. Now let's fast forward to March 2020, the day of the deadly shooting. You can see Prather walk over to Hetley's home. The defendant claims his neighbor was banging on his door so violently it swung open. Hetley's own Ring doorbell camera shows him coming outside with no words and just a burst of gunfire. 7 shots went off in 6 seconds. 4 shots at point-blank range, 2 in the back as Prather tumbles down the stairs, and the last shot as Prather lays helpless in the driveway. Now listen to what Hetley yells at Prather's wife as
See? That nigga, see? Look, stop taking these white supremacists for granted. Stop just thinking, well, I'm black, they scared of me. No, nigga. These niggas are not scared of you the way you think. They scared of the fact they gonna fucking kill your ass. See, he shouldn't even went over there. See, he should have had his weapon. Nigga, if you was a National Guard, you should have already known. Like, nah, nigga, I'm not playing games with this motherfucker. This motherfucker's the enemy. So if anything, nigga, you're not finna do that. I'm just gonna stay away from you. You gonna stay away from me. But see, this nigga was thinking that it was some okey poke, and he was young too. And then nobody educated him. That white man came out dumping on his ass and pointed it at his wife. See? That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. You don't do that. Man, come on, man. We got to think smart. This is a war right now. That's why I said don't fuck with your neighbors at all for nothing. And don't let them motherfuckers fuck with you.
Tries to find out what happened before dragging her dying husband to their yard.
You wanted to? You better. You get the out of here.
See? See, that's what I'm saying. Because the precedence that was set was, fuck this nigga and his bitch, and I don't give a fuck, and nigga, I'm glad he's dead. That nigga wasn't afraid for his life. That was premeditated. He knew he was going to kill him. He was just trying to figure out the right time and see what that nigga fucked up on was he just walked up on his house without protection. See, that nigga should have walked up there with that thing on him. So when he started dumping, he could have been like, all right, well, nigga, before I go, nigga, I'm going to get you too.
Get out! No, get out! Get away! Get away! Get away!
See?
Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! I am!
Hetley.
She had to drag her dead husband back to her apartment. Shout out to that sister. At least she didn't allow him to motherfucking die right there. She had to drag him back to her place and watch he just dead. We gotta think, man. That's like I tell them, I don't fuck with neighbors like that, man. At all. At all. Like I told y'all. Look, man, a good neighbor is high and by. I don't want to fuck with you, and you don't fuck with me. Fuck that. And if those tensions have been brewing for a long time, that nigga should have been a little bit smarter. Now, he should get the death penalty for that. He should go away for life. You on camera. No, you came out shooting. You wasn't in fear for your life. Stop. And if you was in fear for your life, you'd have called the police. Hey, man, I just shot somebody. He didn't give a fuck. Let that motherfucker die.
A former NASA employee tried to convince the jury that he shot and killed Prather, the Maryland National Guardsman, in self-defense to protect his family. However, that did not work. Fox 5 just received a statement from Fairfax County's Commonwealth's attorney, Steve Descano, who says race did play a role in this deadly incident. Back to you.
See? What did I tell y'all, man? Y'all motherfuckers better wake the fuck up, man. And while you sitting up here smiling with your neighbors and thinking that they your friends and all these these motherfuckers ain't your friends, man.
The quiz show that takes contestants for
Hold on.
Which is the real flag of France?
Fuck out of here. I'm telling you, man. And that was heartbreaking to watch that. Because that brother was just lying dead. His wife, his man, his other half had to pull his body. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn. Literally, she had to pull his body into their yard. It's just sad, man. It's sad. Let's see what this is about. Let's see.
Khan is live at Chantilly High School. And Aisha, police say this happened a month ago, but there might be more victims.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's very possible that there could be more victims, but the other big concern here is just how easy it was for this man to sneak into a school building on the morning.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Thought there was something more about that dude. I'm telling you, man, we got to wake the fuck up, man. We got to wake the fuck up, man. We got to understand what it is. He said, hi, bye, stay out of my business. That's what I used to do to people. Premeditated. That's murder. He wasn't in his home. Wow, a black person can't do that in Florida. I left out of my house and threw a boulder at a girl car for harassing me. I was charged with launch in a deadly missile into a dwelling, and I was told that I should have went in my home and closed the door. Wow. But that's how it goes. One person black will get killed, and the other black person will get arrested. Always two birds, one gavel. Yep. A boulder. Damn, you strong. Okay? Let me tell you something, man. That's why I remember it was a white motherfucker with some Africans. It was a old white man he was an older white man, and he had Africans living with him. And he said some smart shit to me about where I needed to park, and I knew he was a sucker-ass nigga anyway, and I knew the bitches he had, they was fucking mammies and coons. And then he started talking crazy, not to tell him, bro, you don't talk to me like that. I've been here way before you. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. That's not how you handle business. If you had something to say, approach me like a man, but don't get around these bitches and start acting no fucking fool, man. I don't play games like that. And so then them black bitches that were coons heard, they came out trying to argue. I said, man, I don't even want to talk to y'all. Y'all coons. Oh, don't. And this is what they saying to the white man. Oh, don't argue with him. He's black. He's probably ghetto and has a gun and is gonna kill us. This is what these that's why I can't stand the African. That's why I be looking at a lot of Africans upside their head. See, motherfuckers don't know that. I was just looking at them like, y'all some fucking coons, man. This white man, and then the man didn't say nothing to me, and he stopped parking in front of, because there's a parking spot in front of both of our cribs or whatever, and I used to park, I've been parking there forever and a day before this nigga moved over here. And then I was like, well, call the police then, bro. But I think them motherfuckers was there illegally. I don't think they had their green cards, and I don't think he want that type of heat, because normally white people want to call the police. This is the first white person I've ever been around who was like, oh, no, we don't have to call the police. So I knew. I'm like, yeah, these are Africans that probably don't have their green card. And he probably doing some illegal shit, and that's probably why he don't want the police to be called. And after that, I didn't really say nothing. All I did was watch that motherfucker. I never spoke to him, and I just watched him, and he was real quiet, and he kind of kept to himself. Then them motherfuckers ended up moving. And they ended up selling, and then some white people ended up buying the house. And, hey, man, when you gentrify a neighborhood, yeah, you're going to have white people, and I don't trip off that. Just stay the fuck away from me. Because I don't fuck with neighbors like that, man. I remember when I lived in apartments, these old apartments, I never fuck with neighbors. Hi and goodbye. Motherfuckers be wanting to try to come in your crib and invite you in their crib. Nah, nigga, I don't fuck with you like that. Fuck that. That's your place where you got to live, man. And you got to live next to these motherfuckers. And that NSA motherfucker, that was premeditated. He knew, look, if they had not been getting along for years, this was something that he was thinking about doing it for a long time. And trust me, when I got into it with that white motherfucker, if y'all niggas didn't think that I wasn't watching that motherfucker, I was looking at him and watching. I was watching my coming, my going, everything. When I would come in the house, I would watch. When that motherfucker would leave, I'd watch. And then he ended up disappearing for a long time. And I was like, yeah, this motherfucker probably got some illegal shit going on. Straight up, man. And that's life. That's why, man. Look, racism and white supremacy is real. And if you're not studying, I don't know what you're doing. There's too many books out there. Niggas got to stop pretending like they ain't got time to read no book. I used to be that I ain't got time. Yeah, nigga, you look, get your face out the pussy hole and sit down. You can read a book. You can make time. I can break it down for you. If you read 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day is what, 2 pages? 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That's 2 pages. That'd probably take you 2 pages. You read 2 pages. 2 times 5 is what? Come on, man. Add it up. That's 10 pages. What is that? That's 10 pages a week, right? If a book is 200 pages, that's 10 pages a week. 4 weeks in a month. 4 times 10 is 40, right? Come on, man. You get through half of the book in a month if you just read 2 pages. Depending on how long the book is, if it's 250 pages, you can do it. It might take you a while to finish your book, but you can do it. Read 10 pages a day. If you can, read 10 pages a day. If you read 10 pages a day, 5 days a week, 5 times 10, that's 50 pages in 1 week. If the book is 250 pages the first week, that's 50. The next week is 100. The next week is 150. The next week is 200. On the 5th week, that's 200 pages, right? Come on, man. We can do it. We just don't want to do it. We don't want to sacrifice and read and study. And I get it, man, because there's so much shit going on. I talk about this with some of my peoples at the corn plantation. I'm like, these corn plantation jobs are so traumatic to our well-being, and they have so much of a mental disruptor to black folk. That's why a lot of black folk be so miserable and irritated and pissed off, and we can't see the good in each other because we're so mad that for 8 to 12 hours a day, we gotta be at this corn plantation putting on a mask and a costume for them. Because white folk don't really like black folk unless we make them feel comfortable. But white folk have been the one raping, robbing, pillaging, doing all the fucked up shit to us the last 450 years, right? But we have to make them feel comfortable. Ain't that a bitch? So it's just something that I want people to think about. That young brother, I think he took that white supremacist lightly. I don't. I watch where I go. I watch where I eat. I like to be by the door. I don't get comfortable. Because you don't know when a motherfucker going to come in there and get to wilding out. And you better know where the fuck to go. So it's like, man, we have to be on code. Be on our square. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop. Well, I'm Nigerian or I'm Barbadian. Nah, nigga, I'm black. We need more Nipseys in the world. Nigga, I'm black. Yeah, I'm Eritrean, but nigga, I'm black right now. Nigga, that Eritrean shit is a sidebar. Nigga, I'm black. And nigga, they killing us. The system of racism and white supremacy is an institution. That's why it works so well. Because everybody on that side is on code. I was watching that motherfucking the house bitches. And they had the God, what's the girl from Jamie Foxx's show? Fancy. Garcelle. She on there with a whole bunch of white bitches. And I'm like looking at this bitch like, bitch, these bitches don't fuck with you. They want to be you. That's why they got fake lips, fake tans, fake asses, fake titties. They want to be a black bitch. They just don't want to be a black bitch. That's all that is. They want to be a black bitch, but they really don't want to be one. And I'm watching how they just ganging up on her. And this one white woman just starts yelling and screaming. I'm like, now, if a black woman yells and screams, she's hood and ghetto and crazy. But I'm watching these white women scream and yell and say all this other shit. That's why I'm like, these shows are not for real foundational black Americans. They're going to have Africans and mammies on there. They're not going to have no real sisters on there because real sisters is not going to put up with no white woman screaming at them like that. That's just not going to happen. Straight up. And we always got to, you know, and in order for white folk to like you a lot of times, the dominant society, you got to cry and be from a submissive perspective for them to feel comfortable around you. And when you are not like that, they're threatened by you. And it's the truth. And we got to wake up on that too. When you're like not like that, you got to be on code with your people. Because these motherfuckers don't like that. They want a motherfucker, yes, a boss, that type of shit. So we got to wake up and understand what it is, man. Wake up, understand what it is. Like our sister Erica. She threw a rock and these motherfuckers like, oh, we got charged. You should stay in your house and close the door. What if somebody would have kicked in your door? If they could have kicked in your door, Erica, and damn near held you at gunpoint, and then you defended yourself. Guilty nigga, they still would have been like, well, you're a nigger. You're guilty. Well, hey man, he kicked in my door and came in my house. Well, you did something wrong, nigger. So that's why. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Look at that motherfucking Dave Chappelle shit, man. Some black dude was like, well, why Netflix fire me? I'm not the one that started everything. My thing is, why you up here going against your brother for the trans community? That's your brother. Y'all taking what he said out of context. Them people, the reason why that transgender lady ended up killing herself, not Dave Chappelle. And you know they don't say shit about that family and none of that shit because they don't even want that girl to exist. They want to make it seem like that transgender lady, oh, well, she had a mental problem. It's just like reading A Sweet Taste of Liberty and reading Slavery by Another Name. When the slave master felt so bad of how he treated his slaves, you know, on his dying bed, the niggas would be like, the white people be like, well, I'm going to leave my property to these niggas. And then they'll die. Oh, they did. Now, the other white people will get on code and be like, that motherfucker was crazy. Ain't no way no white motherfucker gonna leave y'all dumb niggas some property. Fuck y'all niggas. Guilty nigga, this my shit. And that's what they was doing. Well, you gotta take us to court. Okay, we'll take you to court. The judge is white too. Well, we deem him crazy because he ain't gonna leave no niggas no fucking property. And the judge would be like, well, in favor for them because ain't no white man gonna leave property to no niggas. And that's what they was doing. That's what they was doing. And I don't know if it was oh God, which book was it? I think it was it wasn't Una Judge's book. I forgot what book that was. Oh, A Price for a Pound of Flesh, if I'm not mistaken. This white man, oh my God, I gotta say it again before I get off of here, and that's it. This white man was like, when I die, I want you to dig up my old nigga slave and bury him at my feet. Because when we were both alive, he used to massage my feet and keep my feet warm. So that this white slave master put that in his will. When I die, because the slave had already died. He said, but when I die, dig up that other nigga, that was my slave, and bury him at my feet. Because he's my slave in the afterlife as well. And put him at my feet because that's what I want. And they did it. I forgot his name. It was in A Price for a Pound, either A Price for a Pound of Flesh or The Story of Una. No, it was in The Price of a Pound of Flesh, if I'm not mistaken. It was in that book. I done read so many of them motherfucking books. That's why I don't like reading them too much, because it's fucked up, man. That slave master said that shit. Let me say it one more time for you. My dying will and testimony is dig up my nigga slave and put him at my feet. Because when he was alive, he would massage my feet and keep my feet warm. That was his task. So in the afterlife, that's his task. So dig that nigga up and put him at my feet. And you put my dead body laying one way and dig the nigga up and put him at my feet. And that's my dying wish. And they did that shit. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Even in death, they feel like they still reign supreme over you. So why the fuck would y'all be sitting up here arguing about the jab and treating your brother and sister like they ain't shit because you want to show out in front of these dominant society motherfuckers at the job, because motherfuckers want to start dugging and putting on a motherfucking show in front of these people when, I'm going to say it again. What he say on his feet, gonna be real warm in hell. I'm gonna say it one more time. I forgot the brother's name. It's in The Price for a Pound of Flesh. I know I highlighted it. But the slave master was like, my dying wish. When you bury me, dig up my nigga slave and put him at my feet, because he kept my feet warm when I was alive, and in the afterlife, I want him to keep my feet warm. So bury him at the foot of my feet. That's how they felt about it. So I don't know why motherfuckers sitting up here fighting with motherfuckers about the jab and treat niggas, oh, you ain't get the jab. And, I don't understand that. This is exactly how they feel. And they're not going to change it. That's why I'm going to keep questioning y'all. Where's Tim Wise at? Where's Jane Elliott? Why they not speaking up on reparations? Where's Tim Wise at? My mama and my daddy and I was like, man, fuck that nigga. I've been telling motherfuckers, I don't really fuck with him like that. Man, Tim Wise go hard, man. Tim Wise go hard. He go hard, all right. Hey, man, what you think about Dr. Francis Cress Wilson? Oh, that's pseudoscience bullshit. That's what he said about Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. But motherfuckers don't know that. And if you don't know, Google on YouTube, look up Dr. Francis Cress Wilson and Neely Fuller Jr. discussing Tim Wise. And they break it all the way down about that motherfucker. Especially Neely Fuller Jr. is like, yeah, I don't know why motherfuckers be like thinking that, no, nigga, this is a profit for him. They wouldn't have Tim Wise on CNN. Tim Wise was like, look, man, y'all need to give black folk what they deserve. And that's reparations. They built the country for free. But ain't nobody going to come out and say that shit, because that's being off code. They don't mind a white man preaching, and my mom and my daddy, and I grew up in school where black folk and my mama said to get along with the black. Man, I don't need to hear that shit. But black people get enamored by that shit. Like, yeah. It's like, nigga, the fuck out of here. Yeah, Elliot, shit, Elliot about ready to claim one drop. Yeah, Jane Elliott is full of shit. Go watch the Socks and Sandals podcast. I played that. I played a clip of it. That nigga put her on blast, and she was like, what do you mean reparations? Well, what about the Native Americans? He's like, well, what about the Native Americans? She was like, well, you want what they have? He said, hey, man, they've already signed their peace treaties. They've already gotten their reparations. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about foundational black Americans. We built this country. We should be getting some. Well, you want some TPs and what they got? He said, I don't care about what they got. They've already got theirs. What about us? That bitch was a man, fuck that bitch. That bitch talk all that shit until it's time for reparations. Then when it's time for reparations, bitch. And that's how all of them are. Remember that. You know this. Joe Biden been in office. They ain't talked to Cube. They ain't even said black the whole time. I want Anybody that look at this podcast, show this to your average Democratic person that was telling you to vote. Show this part. Fast forward through the whole podcast and show this part. Hey, Democrats, where's Joe Biden at? Where's our fucking reparations? Where's our hate crime at? The Asians got a hate crime. Where's our shit at? What happened? Now because of him and this jab shit, now you're putting people out of work because everybody don't believe in that shit. Did you not think that things were going to be different? He was the motherfucking architect behind the 94 crime bill. Hey, but why didn't we prosecute his son for smoking a crack pipe in a strip club? Show that to the Democrats. That's why Angela Rye and all these other motherfuckers, they ain't saying shit no more because they look stupid. Because you had all these niggas up here telling us to go vote for this suck-ass nigga, and this nigga ain't did shit for black people. But put us in more harm than good, like Donald Trump said. And let me quote what he said. Joe Biden is a career politician who has done nothing for black people. He's done more harm to black people than good. He's been a career politician for over 40 years, and he's done nothing for black people. Google and YouTube what Donald Trump said. I'm not telling you to vote for Donald Trump, but I'm just telling you what he said. Let's see. She threw out TPs, but what about the Department of Children and Families? Families can't tell them how to rear their children or take their children from them. Exactly. Let me tell you something, man. We got to wake up, man. I went way over, but I felt like we had to get it in today, man. Hey, man, I was way over my time, man. I'm just trying to cover the 30 minutes, man, but I'd appreciate everybody out there. I'm glad that we started to kind of get on code and handle business. Look, love, live life, stay in your lane. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about the nigga on the left and the nigga on the right. Just worry about you. Stay in your lane, handle your business, be on code, support black businesses, do what you need to do, man, to survive. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? And get away from the Balenciagas of the world and the Gucci's and the Louis and start getting Pharaonic Design and Ramo Mar. And, you know, get those clothes, man. Show those brothers some love, man. You know, like come on, man. Let's start having value in each other before we start showing value in everybody else's shit, man. But go check out that dude. That dude, Michael Hayden or whatever, the NSA motherfucker. Go look that video up. Go look that brother up. That motherfucker came out there dumping and stared over his dead body and watched him die. So I don't want to hear shit about shit. Period. That's a hate crime. He should go to jail for life. And may Allah, may Ogun, may Jean-Jacques Dessalines, the power of Jean-Jacques, get in somebody's body in prison and seek absolution. And that's all I'm going to say, man. Trump also stated that he were to run for president, he would change political parties, which he did from Democrat to Republican, and gave details why on Oprah interview you cannot find it now. Exactly. He also wasn't for that jab. Motherfuckers be saying, yeah, I know he didn't take it. He was lying the whole time. Yeah, I took it. Man, please, that motherfucker ain't take that shit. He the president. He ain't got to take none of that shit. But anyway, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it ain't. Hey, man, that's my time. Erica, 066, Shawnee, all y'all, Tasha, hey, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Listen to me when you at the job. It means more then. And if a motherfucker is talking about, well, that nigga, well, you know, if that nigga knew that, he should have called the police. You know what I'm saying? See, when that nigga went over there to holler at that white supremacist, I'm not saying he shouldn't have done that. What I'm saying is he should have went over there with that thing on him. That's it. And took him out when he went out. But that's okay, though. We learned from that. R.I.P. to that brother. And may Jean-Jacques Dessalines' spirit, voodoo, Santeria, somebody get into that spirit, get into somebody's body and seek absolution. Because that's what it's about. And if a motherfucker talking about, well, man, he should have called the police. Guilty nigga, I don't fuck with them. I'm out, man. Peace.